Welcome back to another episode of Let Me Finish, the podcast where two sisters argue, debate, cut each other off, and at the end of it, we always end up laughing, so it's okay. I'm one of your hosts, Janice.
I'm Jillian.
All right, guys, and we are still doing a deep dive and reviewing Love Island Season 8. We are on episode 29. So we're going to do 29, 30, and 31 tonight. And then, so you guys will see this one on Thursday morning, which will have a new Love Island that night. So I can't wait. So yeah, we're jumping right in. We actually have the dumping the last episode. We had Parmita and Corbin dumped. So we're coming off of that. And the couples are kind of just talking about how they feel about the dumping and their experience with it. Kenzie feels hurt by Melanie, of course, because Melanie had voted her. Remember? So she had pretty strong feelings about that. And then
Wait. Kenzie felt bad.
She was upset with Melanie for voting for her. She
Voting
voted
for her.
Melanie and Sincere voted Dylan and Kenzie, one of the least compatible couples, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, girl. Yeah. But it's been a while since we reviewed those episodes. So, but yeah, so she's upset about it. So she's just telling Dylan how she feels hurt about it. She wants to talk to Melanie about it. And then.
Oh, you're talking about from. Okay. I see what you're saying. That was from when they did the heartbreak thing.
Oh, okay. We're not coming off the dumping. We're coming off the dumping of the other 4 Islanders. So I jumped ahead. So we are coming off the dumping of Gaul, Amora, and who else was it? Gaul, Amora,
Caleb and Jaden,
and of course Jen. Sorry,
girl,
guys.
you had me all the way.
I misread. Okay, sorry, because I was just like, I just had the next note is Parmita, so I was like, wait, Parmita got dumped. No, she hasn't yet. That's in episode 30. Yeah. So Parmita also is upset and thinks that Kenzie's petty. So she's talking to Corbin about how she's just like, I don't like that vote. She was being petty. And remember, she feels some type of way because Corbin wanted to vote Kenzie, and she's like, no, I think they're compatible, and I don't want us to be petty.
Yeah. Bit them in the butt, but
yeah. So this, and just so you guys know, these last 2 episodes were the 2 episodes before 31 were pretty fluff. They didn't have a lot going on, so it's just like no real meats and potatoes of like any drama. Everything's definitely settling down, which I think is pretty normal for Love Island. Things tend to settle down after a certain amount of time because everybody's kind of loved up, paired off. There's no more bombshells. People are just really like loved up in the love bubble, or supposed to be. Okay. So yeah, Trinity tells Kata that her and Bryce the next morning. They consummated. TT and Kenzie and Parmita. So they actually go outside the next morning and they have a conversation about her being petty because her and Kenzie kind of get into it a little bit in the dressing room because Parmita wasn't having it. She was like, "You're being petty, and if you want to do that, I can match energy."
Yeah.
So I thought
it was a right to be.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting that she brought TT into the conversation only because I felt like TT was there really for Kenzie. Like she really was speaking up on more of Kenzie's side.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I'm like, why can't you just have the conversation one-on-one?
Yeah. But then even during the conversation, like TT even chimes in with Parmita and she's like, hey, listen, like, let's remember everybody has the right to choose who they want to choose. They have to choose somebody. And it sucks, I think. And then she just says, I think what Parmita's upset with is your reasoning. So she's really a mediator. And I was like,
yeah. Good for her. Yeah.
Good job, TT. I was a little surprised. Yeah, and then Corbin and Sincere talk about their vote. Because remember, Parmita and Corbin voted for Sincere and Melanie.
Right.
And so everybody's just like, what do you mean he seems like he backstabbed you? Like, what does that mean? And and to be fair, I feel like Corbin didn't want to vote for him. And Parmita kind of said, hey, this is the reasons why. And then he agreed. I'm pretty sure he agreed mostly because he thinks she's sexy. But neither here nor there.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
They weren't
He wasn't wrong.
So I'm okay with that, right? Because they weren't wrong. At the end of the day, Yeah, I don't think all the votes have to be about, because again, this is the Islanders vote and they can vote however they want. Yes, they're saying vote for the most compatible couple, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, I can vote however I want. Still my vote.
And here's the thing, I think Parmita made a good point saying, hey, you clearly like him, he clearly likes you, but you
You have a
guys aren't good
good
for each
connection.
other.
You have an intense connection. You have a
Mm,
connection, but is that
hmm.
connection healthy?
Yeah,
And
and she was like, you, and she pretty much told um Melanie, you deserve better. And she's just like, and Melanie was like, thank you, she's telling me something a real friend will tell me.
yeah, and to be fair, like as much as I want to like Melanie and Sincere together, because I do think they're cute. I think they look good together. I think they really like each other, so I want to like them
Hmm.
and I want to root for them. But it's just like like if you've been watching the show for so long, like the couples sometimes make it, and it's never the couple who had like a fucked up time in there. Like it's never
Hmm.
that couple. It's never the couple who was like lying to the person. Because like Cordell and Serena had a rough, rocky little go back together, but
Hmm.
it was everything was pretty still up front. He maybe went too far, but
Hmm.
she friend zoned him a couple times. So I was kind
Okay.
of like, "Come on, Corbin, get your little lick back,"
Hmm.
and he did. But neither here nor there. All I'm saying is that I feel like these couples like do have that right. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I didn't.
um,
I think everyone's explanation was fair, and I
yeah,
couldn't say, "Oh no, that's actually absolute crap." You know.
because it's your opinion. Like it's, and then
Mhm.
I think later on, Bryce and Trinity, which I love how she says, "Me and Bryce, we think." I was like, "Oh, y'all are
Mhm.
a unit."
Yes, they are
They
very
are.
much
They
so.
really are. So she's just like, me and Bryce think that, that can mean anything. Or it can mean a lot of different things. So, and nobody had a horrible reason for choosing somebody. So I think we should just kind of leave it where it lies. Once
Yeah,
again, she's just so mature for her age. So,
very much so.
love my girl. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, so Sincere, Corbin talks, Corbin speaks his piece. Sincere, and that's what he does best. He's laying on these swords. He's
Mm.
admitting his wrongs. He's not fighting back. He's it seems like he's been here before.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, you're right, dude, and validates feelings and all that stuff.
Because he's
It's
been here
okay.
before. He knows what to do to move
Yeah.
on with people.
Mhm.
He's been here before. This is the story he keeps writing. So that's the sad part.
Mhm.
Mama Mama Hausen in the back. Just kidding.
Yes.
Mommy. Hi
No.
mom.
She's just asking me a
Hey
question.
mom. Okay. Melanie and Kenzie talk. Okay, so yeah, so then Melanie and Kenzie talk that night. And
Mhm.
so what did you think about the conversation between Melanie and Kenzie?
Um.
Do you remember? I can refresh your memory.
Yeah. Refresh my memory.
So yeah, so with that conversation, Melanie called her out. Like, so basically, she tells her why she feels like maybe she should have put her in the bottom, or she reason why she did, and she's just like, it feels like you're still bouncing around. And then
Mhm.
Kenzie's just like, well, I think that's unfair because you're supposed to be my best friend in the villa, and you should be able to tell how I act with him. And that's when
Mhm.
the conversation
Oh,
on
yes,
Melanie's
yes,
end
yes,
comes up
yes.
with like, hey,
Okay.
look, I might be your best friend, but you're not my best friend because you're not doing those things a best friend would
Mm,
do. I don't hear
yeah.
from you. I don't talk to you. And when Soul was in the villa,
Yep.
like it's cool
She
that you
clocked
were
it.
supporting her, but you weren't
Hmm.
supporting me. You weren't being
Yeah.
there for me as a friend. So I
She
think Melanie
absolutely. Actually,
had a
you know
point.
what? Once Soul and Jen came into because you have the core four, which is really Kata, Anaya, Trinity, and Melanie. It does not include Kenzie. And I think what happened is once the bombshells came in
Hmm.
with Soul and Jen, especially with Jen, she kind of stepped back from the core four, so they weren't really a unit anymore,
Hmm.
and she was more confiding in Jen until Jen, of course, this particular episode, she got voted out.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter because it was just like now you're coming back to Melanie and the girls now that the girl you were kind of friends with, or because she was calling Jen her best friend in the villa, not Melanie.
Just in the last episode, girl. In the very last
Hmm.
episode when she was leaving, you were just telling that girl that that's your best friend.
Yeah. So that's weird that you were
But
calling
Kenzie's that
Melanie
girl.
your best, calling Melanie
Whoever's
your
in front of
best
her is her
friend.
best friend. Just like any man in front
Yeah.
of her, that's the one she like.
Yeah, so I totally get it. And she's just like, ever since Soul, and she said Soul, but it was really Soul and Jen, and really she was confiding in Jen, not Soul. And
But remember, they
she
did
was
used to
right.
have little trios. Now she might have confided more into.
But remember the
But I
time
always
that,
remember saying, I don't like it. I don't like how they keep pulling Soul into this.
yeah, because remember there was a time where it
She
was the
waited
three of
till.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Soul left, and then she confided something. I can't
Just
remember
something
what it
like more
was.
secretive, but like ultimately, it
Hmm.
did seem like those three were together a lot.
Yeah.
Because I
And
think,
she's just like, and I mean, I want to believe that her explanation was, I just didn't want her to feel alone. Okay, in that situation, then if you don't want her to feel alone in the situation, then you would pull her into the larger group as far as the girls. Because especially seeing how the
yeah,
girls are
I agree
now
with that.
with TT, even with everything that went down with the Nia and KC, you could
Mm-hmm.
have totally been like that with Soul as well. It
Yeah,
was just like, it
yeah,
was
I
just,
agree.
it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Hey, this is Love Island. They have a connection. We're just gonna have to power through it. That it shouldn't affect the girls' relationships,
Right.
but that's not what they were interested in. They did, ice her out. They did, no, Jen did. I'm like, girl, what the hell? But she grew on me towards the end,
I
all the
like
way
Jen.
towards the end. I'm like, and even now, TT. I mean, like, I'm like, okay, maybe I don't hate the girl. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like TT too.
But I think the reason why I'm able to move
I
on,
really
maybe in
dislike
a way
everybody.
that the whole soul situation is that Anaya has Carl.
From
I don't
the
know what the
Yeah,
yeah,
because
cause
you can see her happy. So it's
yeah.
like
So
all's
I
well
don't
that ends
know.
well.
Yeah, so I don't know how, if she had remained single and vulnerable and she never found anybody, I don't know what the dynamic with Titi would have been if Anaya wasn't with somebody and happy. So
Right, right, right,
it
right.
is what it is.
I
But
probably, yeah, I don't know, because I probably wouldn't like it if she was sitting around the villa sad and shit. But I guarantee
hmm
you they would have brought a bombshell in for her that specifically
yeah.
said, I'm going for Anaya.
hmm
Um, yeah, okay. So then we have, but yeah, so then for my thoughts on that, I would say that I like the fact that Melanie called her out on it. I feel like, yeah, Candice has been getting a lot of, healthy doses of her, like, her actions back to her,
Reality check,
like
yeah.
her mirror. Like, they're definitely throwing it back on her. Like, hey,
hmm
all this shit you've been doing, we don't like it.
Yeah. And here's the thing, it's and once again, with same thing with Casey versus Kenzie, it's not the exploring part. That's not the part that we have an issue with. It's the lying.
She really
And we'll
only
see
lied to
that.
Caleb.
No, I don't think so.
Who else
Here's the
she
thing.
didn't lie to anybody
Here's
else.
we'll When she starts having conversations with Dylan and he's voicing concerns, especially after everything that happened at movie night. It wasn't. I don't think it was this particular episode. I think it's
It's the next one, yeah.
episode 30.
No,
Um,
it's the end of this one, but then it finishes in no, the beginning of
31.
30. Yeah, you're right. 30 and 31.
hmm 30 and 31. So there are certain things that I'm just like, why? And here's the thing, I'm having a hard, not saying that she's not exploring. Sometimes I feel like I don't know the real Kenzie because depending on who she's talking to, she tries to reflect, um, like I said, she brought this up when she was talking with Caleb, how she connected with Caleb, talking about being on a farm, having a shit ton of kids, which she did in a minute in her opening like monologue as far as what her dream is to have. She's a nurse. She wants like six
To
or eight
like
kids or
raise
some.
a
Yeah,
farm and all this shit, yeah.
yeah. So when she's talking to Caleb, it was one thing. That was the life she was presenting. When she was talking to Corbin, totally different. Even like I did notice that she had a little bit more of a black accent when she was
She
with
definitely has a black
Corbin.
accent, but she did tell Corbin over and over again, "You're not my usual type. I like a guy with a
Hmm.
truck. I like this." And he always, I think, yeah, she always
There
definitely
is
connected
that.
with him. And then
She adjusts a little bit. And then when she was talking to Gaul, she's talking about having, I was imagining having surfer babies. So there's sometimes I feel like I can't quite pin her down because what you want and who you are and the future you imagine, no matter who you're talking to, should not change. And I feel with her, it's just like, okay, well, you want to be on the farm with
Well,
six to
keep
eight
it.
kids, or do you want the farm?
Remember that shouldn't change. Maybe for a 33-year-old, she's a 23-year-old. It's gonna change.
Girl, it's 6 weeks in Fiji. I
I
don't
mean,
think it
I
should change
know,
that
but you
much.
know that you do. You They don't know who they are. They don't
I
know what they really
I
want.
understand that what I wanted in my 20s versus my 30s and now in
Not
my
even
40s,
necessarily what
yes,
you
it's
want. It's
different.
just like, yes, I do see
How you envision
young
things.
adults like mirror whoever they're
Um,
with because they don't really have a full sense of identity yet.
yeah. In that case, then I would say, okay, if you don't fully know, just leave that like, hey, I'm not sure, versus trying to paint a picture you feel like this person would want also in their future life based on their
Yeah, I mean,
personality.
I get it. I just feel like that happens pretty frequently in the real world. So I'm not gonna,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I get it. Yeah, and I do think she very much is a people pleaser, and whoever's in front of her is who she wants to please. And I think
Mm-hmm.
she has that in common with Sincere. I do, and I think that's why her
Mm-hmm.
and Sincere probably move very similar. Um,
Yes.
so I can see that. I can see that. And so that's why I just, I'm always trying to just offer these people grace because I'm just like, I don't think Kenzie's a bad person. I really don't. I just think she's
Confused.
having fun. She's just having fun. She's really not taking these people seriously. She's like, listen, can
She's
we just
not.
be a family in the future? We had this experience together. I might have had sex with a couple of you, but no big deal.
Yeah. And here's the thing, as soon as she gets at the villa, Dylan, babe, you're done.
Oh, she's
I
done with
don't,
him. That's what we're about to get into now. Because I was like, girl,
yeah,
Dylan.
yeah, I don't
And the sad
imagine
part
her
is he
being
has
with
some
Dylan.
points, but I'm like, ugh, stop it.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's before. That's after karaoke night. So, Kenji tries to use their friendship. Yeah, because that's what happened. Kenji tries to use their friendship as a backbone of why she didn't feel like Melanie should have voted for her, and Melanie shut that shit down. And they ended
Hmm.
it nice. They hugged it out. They were good, right?
Yeah.
Then you have they announced that they're going to be doing a karaoke night, so the couples all
Hmm.
go break off and they practice.
Hmm.
Super cute. I mean, this a lot of those scenes are them just practicing, so nothing really to talk about there. So we
Hmm.
get to karaoke night. We have the couples compete for the best performer, which is interesting because it wasn't karaoke. It was lips. I mean, because you weren't.
If it was karaoke, they were singing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was getting that backwards. Because yeah, let me tell you who went. So Casey and TT did Ain't No Mountain High. No.
Yes.
Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. Yeah, they did
Hmm.
that one. Kata and Zach did Endless Love. I
That's
was
not a
like,
good karaoke song.
first of all, it's a really hard song to sing. Extremely hard
Hmm.
song to sing. You have to really be a good singer to do that shit. And the sad
Hmm.
part is, Zach was pretty good. I was like, okay,
Hmm.
he can sing. I can. Oh, okay, he got little chops. So I was very
Hmm.
surprised that they chose that song. I was like, so you made sure it was a slow song that you can barely sing. Okay.
But I also think that maybe because they don't want to do a lot of like they could just look at each other and kind of sing versus doing a performance, which what a lot of the other couples did.
Yeah,
That could be a part of it
boring.
too.
And do you think
Yeah,
they really thought they were gonna win? Because Zach could sing.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they were
I
just
was like, were
having
y'all
fun.
being sarcastic?
I think they were just having fun.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Just making sure. Because I was like, y'all did horrible.
yeah.
Y'all did awful.
I think he was just having fun, and then, like I said, it's to,
It
and
was
I think these
cute. Yeah, it was
challenges
cute.
is
It
to
was
get
cute.
to know and see how they have fun together, see how compatible they are, how
Yeah,
good
because
they work, how good they can work together, because
yeah,
they're working together to put on this performance. It's a gives you a lot of insight of who the couples are and how they relate to each other, and like you're karaoke, you're not supposed to be good, but it's are you having fun together? Are you working together? Stuff like that is,
yeah.
that's the whole point of what I thought the challenge was. It wasn't
Okay,
necessary
fair,
to,
fair. I mean, karaoke is never about sounding good. So you're right.
Mm-hmm. It's about
I di-
having fun, and
I
they all had
digress.
fun.
I digress.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I take it back. I take it back. Good on
Okay.
Kaden and Zach. Trice and Brittany.
No air.
They did no air. I love
Uh,
that. Anaya and Carl were cute. They did Senorita.
mm-hmm.
Um, Melanie and Sincere were super cute too because they did You're the One That I Want from Greece. I thought that was so, so
Yeah.
cute. And they really performed well together. They definitely fed off of each other. All of the
Mm-hmm.
couples fed off each other well. I thought all of the couples seemed very together. And
Mm-hmm.
then you had Parmita and Corbin doing what's that song? That it's a Nelly song. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yes,
It's like
Nelly and Kelly Rowland, is it?
yeah, it's Nelly,
Uh,
I love you, and I. But it's
uh,
like a weird. It doesn't. The name of the
I
song doesn't go
love
with the lyrics at all.
you.
It's one word and it doesn't go with the song at all. So I don't
Oh
know what
my
it is.
gosh.
I meant to look it up before we got on, but
No worries. No,
y'all
no
know what we're
biggie.
talking about.
Yeah.
That Nelly and Kelly Rowland song. It's a classic.
Dilemma.
There you go.
Dilemma.
That's why I said
Mm-hmm.
it's a song that it doesn't really go with the lyrics at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Kenzie and Dylan did great. I
Mm-hmm.
thought their performance was amazing. They
Mm-hmm.
sang that "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," and they just are
Mm-hmm.
performers, and you can tell.
Yeah.
Um, so then
Kenzie's a
mhm.
former professional dancer, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
So
so.
she had it in the bag, and she said she couldn't sing, but it seemed like she could hold it tune pretty well to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought she was the best singer. So then you have the bottom three. So then they announced that America's been voting, and they've been voting on America's most compatible couple, and the bottom
Mm-hmm.
three couples will be up for elimination. Bottom three
Mm-hmm.
couples: Kenzie and Dylan, no surprise there. Parmita and Corbin, no surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
Zach and Kada, people were surprised, including myself.
Right. Because what they did was they announced the top four. They announced Carlin and Naya first, Trinity and Bryce,
Mhm.
um, Melanie and Sincere, because even they were shocked
Yeah.
that they were in the top four. And then the fourth one was Casey and Titi, and everybody was shocked
TT's face
by
was
that.
hilarious.
She was like, and like even like when they said it, he goes, Casey did make a comment. Well, it was nice knowing y'all because
Yeah,
he thought, oh, I'm gonna
he
be
thought
black.
he
Because
was done.
of course people were hating. And here's the thing: when it came to the question was compatibility. We were never saying that you and TT weren't compatible, babe. You are compatible. It's like I said, I've been saying they're a match made in hell, but they are a match. They're a good match. They
I
work
mean,
off each
now do you
other.
really? I mean, now do you still feel that same way about TT? Because I don't think TT did anything wrong. I
No,
don't
I
think
don't
she
think
did.
she did anything wrong. I think
She
Casey
came in
did some
hot.
mess.
That's it. She
Yeah,
came in
she
hot.
came in hot, and Casey, and I feel like the reason why she came in hot is because, let's be honest, I now they didn't air this, but I had a feeling why she felt comfortable coming in hot and why she did what she did, especially when she called Trinity a little girl, is because I guarantee you that Casey was talking about not only about Anaya, but also the other girls in the villa. And that's why she felt comfortable,
I don't know because
coming in
I
and
feel
do
like
that.
if he was really
Girl.
talking, production would have shown it. They hate him. They would have shown it. They would have shown it. They
But
hate
I'm
him.
like, they were talking bad about the girls,
Yeah, and they
but I'm
showed
just,
it. I don't think he sat
hmm
up and talked with TT
but
about
I
it
think
because they
that's
even
set.
show when TT and Parmita were talking a little noise about the girls too. They
Hmm
would show it because
Yeah,
that's
because here's the,
TT.
I don't think because Praying was like, I'm not scared of her. What do I can? And she's like, I'm not scared of her. That was said in the dressing room in Casa. So I feel like the girls came in as far as how they interacted with the girls initially. That definitely changed. Like I said, they must have had that HR talk like you talked about. But I
They
think
did.
the reason why they felt comfortable doing that is because of the disrespect that was being hurled at them in Casa. Because I feel like if you had explored but still been respectful, I don't think they would have come in as hot as
I
they
think
did.
no, I disagree. And maybe it was animosity from the live stream, but before when they walked
Hmm
in, they knew nothing of the disrespect, not
hmm
of the verbal disrespect.
hmm
So
there was verbal disrespect even at the heart rate challenge. Like I
They
said, there was
didn't
a
talk
lot of
about the
comments.
girls. They just made comments. So I'm just saying, I'm like that for me.
Mm,
Not saying that I would love to hear it, but at the end
hmm
of the day, disrespectful to sit there and be like, oh, she Corbin was the only one that was disrespectful. Casey didn't say anything disrespectful. Corbin was like, she's out the door. I'm
mm,
finding me something new, and it was 3 seconds in. That was a bit like, goddamn.
yeah, that's true.
Casey Moisture just got too damn excited.
Yeah,
He was just too up on it. He was feeling on her booty. It was a lot.
yeah, it was a lot.
And that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, I think the live stream did really pump them up to just be mad no
Hmm
matter what. Because in my head, and I understand where the girls are coming from. In my head, if I saw that live stream, and then now I see you coming in with the girls, that girl, Corbin's girl
hmm
and Titi's girl. Okay, so y'all were the one acting up the most. So y'all really must have given them a show after you knew them for a couple days. So
Right.
I think that's mostly where that was coming from too.
hmm
But yeah, I agree with a lot of what I've seen online. Like, yes, they didn't know about the actual disrespect from movie night until
hmm
movie night. And it really
Yeah.
just confirmed probably a lot of their suspicions,
Right.
you
So
know?
anyway, so Casey and TT, they were both an absolute shock that they were in the top four, and it absolutely floored Kata and Zach because they were silent. So they're in the bottom three, and Ariana's like, okay, by the way, Kenzie and Dylan, because y'all won the karaoke challenge because the everyone voted on their favorite, and of course, their performance was voted the favorite by the Islanders. Y'all are safe from elimination.
Yeah.
So it's just down to Corbin and uh, uh, Kata and Zach,
There was a Zeta.
and then the Islanders then had to choose which one would stay, which one would go. Um, Everyone except for Titi and Casey went with Zach and Kata, and
Which
then
I immediately
Titi and
knew when it came down
Casey
to the Islanders, it was
is gonna
that's who
go
it was
to
going to be.
Corbin and Permita. So of course, Corbin and Permita, they of course are dumped from the island. I think for me, the interesting part as far as this dumping was seeing how emotional Corbin was in the dressing room saying bye to the guys. And so we always talk about, they call him, you know, he's a robot, whatever, and all that stuff. And
Which,
to
pause.
see him,
Can I pause
uh,
you?
sure.
I just think it's so stupid that people keep talking about how production must be showing them clips because of the jokes that they're making. But I'm just like, you
Hmm
don't think that these people are intelligent enough to pick up on the same thing America did? Like, these are still people.
That's true.
Like, I don't
That's
understand why
people.
they feel like
These
this is some
are,
secret. I mean, it's how he's acting.
yeah, and then they're around each other 24/7
Yeah, I don't get that. Anyways,
for
keep going.
days on end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just keep seeing all
But
this stuff. I'm
so
like,
to
stop.
see him emotional and crying and says, "Hey, I'm really gonna miss you guys. I'm gonna miss him being around you guys. Every single day, waking up
Yeah, I
and
know he cried. He
spend the whole
made me
day."
tear up a bit. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie.
And I did like it. I did like when Trinity, when they're leaving, they go, "One more, give me one more fuck, bro." And he did. I was just like, yeah, that's totally him. So they know each other. So I totally agree with you. As far as that production may give some clues. I don't know because I don't know what happens behind the scenes or when they're in confessionals. But
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
so
It
stupid.
doesn't matter to me. So
Anyways,
yeah,
that
so
was the end of that
they
episode.
leave. End of that episode, and then 30.
Hmm.
And really 30 and 31, that could have been one episode because there was a lot of it wasn't a lot going on, but
Well, this
I
is when
abs
they got exclusive. That's the dumping. That's
so
the
no no
girls
no. So
challenging.
when it comes to Zach and Kata,
Wait, let's go in order. Let's go in order.
yeah, they're dumped. Corbin is dumped. I think the biggest one after Corbin and Permita was how absolutely floored
Yeah,
Zach and Kater were
Kata
that they were
are
in the
they are
bottom
so
three.
floored. They're
They
so floored.
absolutely crashed out. They
Yeah,
crashed out. I'm just like, when they were like, how could
Well, I
they
feel like Zach
select?
was trying to like keep it together while he was talking to Kata. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
but we know what we have, and she's like, yeah, but it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And he's like, yeah, but all the
What?
couples
Why
are
do they
not.
hate us?
All the
Yeah.
couples, they're strong couples. She's like, yeah, but Casey and Titi, and and
Yeah.
and and then she even says, and I love Anaya, but Anaya and Carl over us,
Mhm.
day threeers. Like,
Yeah.
yes, girl,
But
yes.
here's the thing:
But
if
then
they
no,
had really sat with it, ma'am, they were for there's 7 couples.
they're not gonna sit with that, Jillian. What are you talking
Here's the
about?
thing: can you? It's not in any particular order. So you have no idea the order. Probably the only person you can say is probably number one is Trinity and Bryce. You could probably safe to say they were voted
That's
number
why they're
one as
so
far as
gagged
compatibly.
because they feel like they're the only two strong couples. That's why they're
Yeah,
gagged.
that's why they're gagged. And here's the thing: instead of saying, okay, we're maybe not as strong as we thought, but here's the thing: instead of saying, hey, no one's saying that you were couple number 7, that was definitely Kenzie and Dylan. No reason their asses didn't get snatched up, which we'll talk about that,
They don't know. They
is
don't know that
because
though. You got to remember.
is
They don't know.
they don't know. America doesn't know the order, but I'm just like, it's most likely that you just barely slipped. And this is my theory. Um, I think that they're probably when it first compatibility, and really honestly, it's because people hate Zach. They're probably not dead last. They were probably just in the
I
middle.
think you're underestimating.
No, but let me tell you my
I
theory. Let
think
me
you're
tell you my theory.
okay.
So my theory is that honestly, Casey and Nair were a very strong couple, and honestly was before Casa was going to give Trinity and Bryce a run for their money for
Hmm.
number one.
Yeah.
And I think with them splitting, that split
Yeah.
the
Split votes.
votes,
Yeah, definitely.
and that's what dropped them out of the top 4.
But that's what
I
always
think
does
that's what
it.
happened.
Well, yeah, there's always going to be split votes, but that's why they said, if you notice, they said you asked, we listen, because people were really
Mm,
pissed off about last season because you could only pick one couple, and Ace and Shelly got knocked out, and it's
mm,
because I loved both Alandria and Nick, and I
mm-hmm.
also loved Shelly
Ace
and
and
Ace.
Shirley.
I
Mm-hmm.
I honestly thought Ace and Shelly would get more of the votes than Nick and Alandria, so I wanted to vote for Nick and Alandria because we loved Nick Alandria at that point, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like everybody wasn't fully on board yet. I think it was literally after that vote, because they did get so much closer, is
Mm-hmm.
when it really just you could just
So it wasn't. So that was a
you could
couple
only
that.
vote one couple into the top four
Mm,
last year.
mm-hmm.
And so that meant, like, if you had two couples that you loved, you had to pick one.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, Alandria, Nick, and Shelly probably split the black vote.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
true.
think ultimately, honestly, what I think, I don't think the white community is checking for Kenzie like they
Mm-hmm.
usually are. Like they are usually for the white contestants.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think people hate Zach, and I think
Yes.
people are really starting to like TT. I think that's what it is. And I
Yeah.
definitely think it's the black community riding for Casey and TT now.
Yeah, for sure. And I heard that I guess there's a lot
We'll
of
see. I
gambling
mean, there's only a
sites.
certain type of.
Supposedly there's a lot of like gambling sites that also have like people can place bet on Love Island. And I think
Just like Nikki Starr said, when did the men get involved? Leave.
yeah,
Like, what
so
are y'all doing?
supposedly that's also driving the votes as far as,
People
you
wanting to
know,
vote. Which at the end of
mhm.
the day, it's America's vote. Just like we don't always
Mhm.
like those election results.
Mm, yeah,
Nothing you
that's
can
true.
do. Nothing you can
Yeah, there's
do.
nothing you can do.
Just vote. Yeah,
I
so
voted.
so just just vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kate is
They
absolutely
they
gagged. She's so
absolutely crashed
upset.
out. I mean, to the point where Zach was up in the room practically crying into his pillow, and Bryce is like, "You all right,
You're
dude?"
right, dog.
But
You're
did you
right,
notice
dog.
that when TT and Kata sat for, and TT really tried to explain to her, babe, I think the reason why America didn't vote for y'all the way y'all think they should is because of fucking Zach.
Well, she says that she cites one particular reason, and she says it's because of after you guys had sex in the hideaway,
Mm.
he was asking about couples. She's like, that was early days though, and I'm
Girl,
just like,
that was
and
literally
in my
a day
head,
or two before Casa.
no, they had no, they did hideaway like week 2. That's why everybody's like, "What? Why y'all doing Hideaway already? Nobody's closed
Was
off. Casa's
it?
not anywhere near." No, they had sex quite a bit before Casa. Like it was a
Mm.
minute before. That's why everybody was so weirded out. Like, why are y'all opening up
Yeah.
the Hideaway when these couples really are not that close? And that's why
Hmm.
everybody's like, "You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot if you sleep with her because
Yeah.
now you don't have an opportunity."
To really explore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's really I forgot what we were talking
But
saying.
here's the thing, even before the hideaway, the man already said,
No,
hey,
but TT. Okay, that's what happened. TT said he said that, and she's like, "It's early days." That's all she really said to her, and then she
hmm,
explained it away by saying it was early days. But in my head, I'm thinking it's early days, but you sleeping with him.
yeah, yeah. It's early days you're sleeping with him. And let's be honest,
You're
Katie, you
sleeping
know
with
that's
him.
not
You're giving him
that's
everything you could
not
possibly be giving him right now.
and let's be honest, you know what America is seeing because you're living it. But here's the thing, wasn't it just the other day that he literally after Costa crawled into bed told you he loved you and then only for you the next morning to be like, I was joking, I was joking, I was joking. You think that is not gonna make the cut as far as what people see online? I'm sorry,
You
people
don't
see
think
on
that
the
she's gonna be
show.
like, he was joking? Oh my god, that's why I laughed after he said it.
That shit ain't funny.
But that's what
That
exactly.
shit
That's
ain't
why I'm
funny.
saying what I
Well,
see.
here's the thing.
What
Here's a
I
clue,
see with
Kata.
Kada,
People don't
no.
find that shit funny.
What I see with Kada, she's a lost puppy dog in love with a man
Mm,
that sucks. It happens.
yeah,
It happens
yeah,
every day.
yeah. He's
And
definitely
then
negging
you
her.
have your rose colored glasses. You see what you want to
Mhm,
see.
mhm,
Because how many women have been in relationships where we go back and we think, when he said that, I thought that was cute. That shit was rude as
mm,
fuck. Or he was
yeah.
trying to tell me he didn't want to be with me.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
happens. So,
So they totally crashed out over that.
and
So I'm
I
like, wait a
understand because
minute.
remember, think about Zach and Bryce are all around this villa talking about how they're the top couples. But this kind of we'll just stay on the Zach and Kata train because Bryce
Mm,
pulls Zach and Trinity pulls Kata. So then both
Kata.
of them are talking.
Mm,
And Bryce is straight up like, hey, don't worry about it. Be yourself. If you're anything other than that, you're be disingenuous and nobody wants that. Would you
mhm,
even consider her making her your girlfriend? Are you even close to that? And he was just like, no. And then he's just like, well, don't you think that might be why people are questioning it a bit? Because he's probably
mhm.
thinking you're sleeping with her
Yeah,
regularly.
yeah.
Like, you
And
know
you
what
won't
I
even
mean?
consider. You're not even considering her making her your girlfriend. Yeah,
Like
for
you
sure.
can't know her any more than you know her. Now whether your
Mhm,
lives will blend and all of that, you can figure that out on the outside. But her,
mhm,
the person that you're supposed to know and get like actually care about the core of what you built, you know her.
mhm. Yeah,
You know her.
yeah.
You've probably seen the good, the bad, and the ugly by now. And I think that's at the end of the day, he don't like it. He don't like
Yeah,
it.
I don't think he likes
He
her.
just I don't think he likes her that much. I think he likes her. I just don't think he likes her that much to consider changing his life, changing his plans
Hmm.
for whatever he had planned for after Love Island.
Yeah.
She's not worth it to
And
him
here's
right
the thing, it's going to be difficult for them because y'all don't even live in the same country. Y'all don't even live in the same hemisphere.
now. Yeah, it's difficult. And but to be fair, look at but his brother Charlie ain't been back there since. Yeah, wherever they live, wherever Charlie live, and I don't know if they live in the same country. I don't know where Charlie lives. I think he was living in England. I think so. I think so. Yeah. So yeah. So for me, it's just exactly, and that's what I'm. But that well, no, well. Oh, I thought you meant where does he live before the Love Island? Oh, he's in L.A. He's in L.A. Yeah, he's been in L.A. That's what I'm saying. Most of the people who come off Love Island, if they go back home, is to get their shit. Honestly, me go. Let me get my shit real quick. Yeah, some of the LA people, obviously, yeah, their life didn't change. Like Nick is from Florida, but he was in the middle of a move before he left. So all his shit, you know what that man did? He parked his car, his Jeep with his shit from his house and left it for the entire time he was gone. Just parked it somewhere random. He's very he's very type B. He's very type B. Like maybe type D. Like he's pretty. He loses his passport. It's crazy. It's wild. He loses his wallet. It's he definitely be all over the place. Opposites attract with them for sure. Where did we need to go next? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that. Zach, he actually clocked it because he said we definitely think that you only got back with Kata. Oh, because he was talking to Bryce. He's like, I think that maybe maybe America's thinking I only came back because of that girl getting kicked out. Yeah, we did, we do, we do, we do. Yeah, and we all the other shit too, though, buddy. And he's like, I think America hates me. I'm like, we do. We don't like you. I don't hate him. Ugh, I hate saying that. I don't hate him. I don't know him. I don't know him. Right. But at the end of the day, I don't like who he's portrayed himself to be on this show. Right. I don't, and that might not even be him, but I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing. It doesn't seem like you like women. This is a women's show. What are you doing here if you hate women? Nikki started keeps saying like this show is for the women. This is a show about women falling in love. That's what the show is about. That's what got the fan base started. We're the ones that spend money, the women. The men are just watching. Forcibly mostly. I'm sure their wives grab their phones cuz I would. Um Bryce talks to that and questions the girlfriend thing. Okay, so people a little jealous of Kenzie brings up the fact that Carl wasn't. Oh yeah, so Kenzie's a little upset and was, all of them kind of bring up the fact that why didn't yeah. What would have happened? That's exactly where I wrote down crickets. It was crickets. And then Melly had to be like, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Mm. It was TT's face for me. TT was like, that would have been no. That answer, I'm about to say that answer is, I don't want to hurt your feelings, so let's not talk about this because it would have been you, 100%. Yeah. I was gonna mention that I didn't realize. Did you? I didn't realize that Melanie wasn't kissing Sincere since movie night. I was like, okay, good for you. At least you. I'll give you a 2 finger clap. I mean, you stood on a little business with that. Where are and I thought that there was not enough Anaya scenes throughout the whole episode. Consistency. And no, I feel like Trinity and Bryce are definitely getting more screen time. I was like, you're literally just showing us them sitting on top of each other. Like even the conversation they tune in on. I'm like, this is the conversation y'all tuned in on. Okay, they didn't even really say nothing. They're touching each other. Anyways, so maybe yeah, the fact that they're not giving them like more screen time. Oh, that was at the end of this episode. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think it was a reaction. Yeah, because I didn't. We're gonna get to that, but I didn't see the point of him doing it at all. I would, because in my head, well, in my head, I'm like, if I was Kata, I'd be like, duh. What do you? So have we not had this conversation? Were you about to go out there? So it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. Hmm. She doesn't get mad at her in that conversation. She gets mad at her, I feel like. Well, she changed it later with Zach because she even says, "Well, I brought it up." Because at first she makes it seem like they brought it up and they made it with her and Trinity. With her and Trinity, right? She doesn't talk to Zach about her not being happy with it until after the water park. Hmm. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, and then Trinity immediately was just like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you. That's gonna." She's like, and then Kata, you can tell she becomes insecure. She's like, "That's gonna be my boyfriend. We're gonna make it there." And then she's like, "Yeah, you are, girl. You're gonna make it there. You go, yeah." And she's happy for her, but she definitely bursted her butt. She definitely bursted her bubble, and that's okay. She bursted her bubble. She bursted her bubble. She bursted her bubble because you can't and cause, well because you threw the word situationship in her happy news. That's why. That's why. She likes him. She likes him. She likes him, Julian. You got to remember that she likes him. She is very much in this bubble with him, where she's like, "This is a great guy. This is the guy I'm gonna be on with outside the village." She believes that. She really, and I don't want to say like she believes that because he's definitely making her feel like he feels that way. And I do think you're right. I think Trinity's clocking it, and Trinity's trying not to be blunt, but she's being a little blunt. That's okay. Saying the word situationship has a lot of negative connotation, and I think that's the problem. Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah. Oh my god, I thought it was so cute when they got Bryce to do the makeup because he was just like, yeah, yeah. All you do is a little bit. Is that the right color? Hold on. Is that the right color? I was like, I love that type of guy. I just love that type of guy. He's like, my boyfriend better than me, honey. Yeah, and I thought it was also super cute when Sincere went back and forth to get that drink because he really was like not playing. You need another one? Good. Good. You have a lot of making up to do. So good. Good. And I did not understand why Anaya chose KC. I was like, that was weird. That was weird. But whatever. You can choose any guy. Why did you choose KC? Why? No other guy would have done it. And Carl was right in front of her. She passed Carl to get to KC. So just setting that right there. You can pick it up whenever you're ready. No, they never talked about KC. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. I just thought it was weird. 'Cause I'm just like, of all people, like, that's so weird. I don't know. I mean, clearly she must. Well, maybe she's not past it. I thought she was until she picked KC. I was like, oh, do you want her to be past it? Or is she? Oh, and I hated because she was gonna say something about Carl. She's like, me and Carl are really compatible, and I like him, but and then Titi cut him off, cut her off. She was just like, you guys are so cute. I was like, what is a but? Yeah, girl. I was like, but, and I was like, damn it, Titi, because I wanted to hear what she had to say because it could have been something super innocent, but I definitely wanted to hear what that but was. Yeah, yeah, I'll probably find it for you. Um, Ooh, where are we? Yeah, so we did the photo booth, final missions. They all jump in the pool. Carl jumps. Oh, because we didn't talk about. We need to go back and talk about Kenzie and Dylan real quick. Because at the beginning of the episode, I guess Dylan sleeps on it, decides that he wants to talk to Kenzie, and he's just like, "Listen, you've been doing this game back and forth. I don't know if I can trust you." And she's just like, "What? What are you talking about? Like, thought we were good." So then they have the conversation. It seemed like it was okay. And then later he has a conversation. And then right after that, he has a conversation with Zach. I was like, oh, the wrong person. And so he just really puts in his head, he's like, you need to talk to her. You really need to get all that stuff off your chest. I was like, he just talked to her. He just talked to her. Yeah, I was just like, damn. It was like I was just unfortunate that he found Zach to talk to. So I was like, damn, because because Dylan had said he wasn't worried about what America thought the episode before. So I was very like confused why all of a sudden he was like upset. And then he decides to talk to her a second time, and yeah, this time she's just kind of, and that's the well, I guess that's towards the end of the episode. And I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, you knew everything she's done. You know everything. You knew everything when you got there. You saw everything that happened with Gaul, and you decided to stick around. Why all of a sudden are you concerned if you're gonna make it to the end? Baby, when he started crying, I was like, well, he didn't. Baby, I know for sure if I was talking to a guy and I didn't do anything to this man, did nothing to this man, and he's over here crying, like we're not together. We're not together. Maybe. He could be. He very much could be. Yeah, because then Carl jumps the gun and talks to Kenzie. So actually, sorry, he doesn't pull her for a second talk. Kenzie pulls him because Carl kind of jumps the gun. Not Carl, sorry. Yeah, Carl jumps the gun and tells Kenzie that Dylan's maybe having some issues. And then Zach's just putting his little 2 cents in the background. I'm just like, you son of a gun. Um, yeah, so then he pulls her again. Um, and this time he's like, he kind of confronts her about everything. And then Zach, I think I skipped that. We jumped ahead, but yeah. So Zach ahead of that time had told him, "Hey, talk to her," and then he encourages her, "You need to get everything off your chest." And then that's when Dylan's like, "Yeah, okay, if I can talk to her and she can get past this, then I'm ready to move forward." So they're talking. That's how the episode ends. For her, because basically the episode ends with her basically being like, "Hey, listen, I told you what I had to say. I don't know what else to say. If you don't trust me, it's not going to work. It's like we're not going to work." I'm telling, because he wants to confront her about saying that she wants to bring him home to her family, which he feels he remembers her saying that to Caleb, which I believe she did. So, so I'm just like, I can understand his, but I'm like, you should have brought that up. And it's just like, why are you coming back to shit on her again? It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It's weird. Again, this is a woman show. This is a woman show. So you're making me sympathize with Kenzie, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, if you're in the bottom, be in the bottom together and leave together since you like her so damn much, bro. Yeah, so that's how they end. And then Melanie actually does talk to Sincere at the end of this episode. She does voice her concerns about the fact that she doesn't know what the outside is going to look like for them because of just his past. Fair question. I feel like he actually does do a good job with reassuring her. No, next one. Next one. That is a threat. Bitch, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you try to lock my life up away like that? You trying to put me in prison? Girl, she's swooning though. She ready for that womb to get like yep, used. And then yeah, and then the second combo, yeah, it doesn't go well for him. And then Zach ends up making talks to Kata, makes it exclusive. And she pauses. So I just actually had rewatched it. So when he goes like, I want us to um be serious or something like that, or I want us to, and she's just like, me too. And she pauses because she wanted him to ask her to be his girlfriend, to be his girlfriend. And no, yeah, and I think she kind of catches that, and she immediately is just like, yeah, and I know she before he says that it's a big deal, she says, and I don't want us to like rush into that title, and I was like, yes, you do, yes, there's no, yes, you do, you want to be with me, yeah, and here's the thing, he doesn't, I fully understand if he sat her down and was just like, I have every intention of making you my girlfriend, but I'm the type of person I want you to meet my family. I want to meet your family. I want us to be in each other's lives before we make that before we put that title on it. I would have been okay with that speech. His speech was it's a big commitment. It's just a title. It's a really strong thing for me. And I just want to make sure, I don't want us to make each other girlfriend and boyfriend in here and then a week later we break up. Is that what you were thinking is going to happen, Zach? You're getting married. I think he thinks it's gonna look worse, and that's what I'm saying. Because last season with Brian and Amaya, 100% they just left that villa exclusive, and it was stupid because when shit blew up outside the villa, it was just as bad for him. They still call it a breakup. They still call each other their exes. So what is the difference with you being a boyfriend and girlfriend and what you guys were? Because she says he broke up with me over a text or over the phone. That's what she says. That's a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And then somebody's like, let's say you're breaking it off. Breaking what off? Breaking what off? Because at no point am I really committed to you. I'm saying I'm exclusive to you, but there's nothing really, there's no relationship. There's no relationship. We don't have a relationship. A relationship is a relationship. A friendship is a friendship. Like, what are you talking about? But all it is, Jillian, yeah, yeah. If he won't commit to you, if he won't commit to you, hey, but they did have the exception to the rule in that movie, Jennifer Anderson's character. But either way, just like they said in the movie, there's exceptions to every rule, but you're not never think you're the exception, girl. You're not the exception. Okay? Okay. Oh, I love the end of that movie. You are my exception. Well, yeah, she did. So here's the thing. I just want to leave it with this. What is Kata is doing is what a lot of women do in the real world. They want to be in a relationship, they accept the bare minimum, and they accept crumbs. When they go talk to their friends tell them, they get upset, and then they don't tell their friends about the relationship as much anymore. And then eventually he's gone because it never really, it, babe, it like never progresses. Like if you're actually putting a label and saying we're exclusive before making yourself boyfriend and girlfriend, like if we're having a conversation, we should be having a conversation about being boyfriend and girlfriend. If I've been dating you, what is, babe? If I'm dating you, I have every right. to date other people until you're my boyfriend. And what you're trying to do is lock her down in some weird way, but then still have your little window in case something does go down. Because you know Katie ain't gonna do shit. You know? So I'm like, he's playboy, playboy, playboy. Because it's been in the back of her mind. Because she been thinking about it. What does that mean, Jillian? What does that mean? That's like, oh, girl, it could be me. Couldn't be me. Right. Well, that's why I say in those situations, you don't, don't do it. Don't do it. And now they won't talk to you about the relationship because they know how you feel about it, which you don't support it. You know, so again, I try to keep my comments to myself. I'm not in the relationship unless, honest to God, unless a man is beating you or putting you at risk some real way, baby. If you like it, I love it. Because I'm not the one laying up with this man. You are. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. I didn't. That was an episode. This next episode, 31, though. Are we ending the episode? We're not gonna go over anything that happened. Oh, we ended with that episode. We're on 32. We're on we already ended episode 30. Now we're doing episode 31, right? Oh, so then we just skipped over. Okay, we skipped over the hideaway and stuff. Oh, okay. I don't think Bryce wanted to go. I don't think Bryce wanted to go. I think Bryce, just like the way he told Trinity, don't say anything, and when he talks to Trinity, like tells his one best friend about it, he's just like, we got closer. Like he can't even bring himself to say they had sex. So it's like, yeah, I don't think he's the type of guy that would want to get in there and have that intimate moment between them taped for the world to see. I don't think he's that type of guy. I think he's a lover boy. Just like he wants to be private about what they're even doing on this. She's like, Bryce, we see you. We know what's going on. Yeah, they were too close. When you got your head in her neck and y'all covered like this. Yeah. Yeah, Trinity did. Yeah, she sure did. Yeah. So I was like, that's sexy. But I actually was like, it was kind of cute that they went to the hideaway, I guess. I like that they just mostly talked. I like that he respected not. I know, but I like that he doesn't. They don't say it. I like that. And then especially when the guys push him, he's like, I want to respect Melanie. I was like, once again, I'll give you a two-finger clap. Good job. I mean, like I said, he's gonna have to redeem himself. That's my whole thing. I don't see it working on the outside long term. But if they're happy together and he can get it together, okay. Because they're not together right now, so he hasn't cheated on the girl. Not done it. He's just, but just to know he just lies like that is just so scary. So that's my only concern with that. The problem is that now he has to understand, and I hope he really is going to attempt to be better because um his every move is going to be watched. He's not going to be able to do anything without Melanie knowing. So I hope he knows that and he has to move You can't be lying to one girl. They're gonna be recording you when you telling her stuff. They're gonna be taking videos of you. It's gonna be all kinds of people just trying to just trying to trip him up. Girls just trying to get him to do something just so they can say they got him to do it. So I hope he has his head on swivel, and I hope he really is gonna be committed to Melanie. Fingers crossed. So yeah, so then during the girls' day, that's when Casey tells the boys that he wants to make TT his girlfriend. Yep. So I thought that was super cute. Um, but did you notice that Zach was, huh? Oh, but yeah, but did you notice when Casey was telling everybody about wanting to make TT his girlfriend? He's like, "Do you want to make her your girlfriend, mate? You know, that's a serious deal." And he's just like, "Yeah." And you know what Casey says? He's just like, "I have a history of not fully committing." I was like, clock it. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. Because what he's doing, Casey's like, yeah, I've been doing that stuff. I've been in an exclusive thing before. They're just never been my girlfriend. Yeah, because I'm just like, what? I don't get it. I don't. He wants people to back him up. He wants somebody to back him up. But yeah. Yeah. Bryce was not having it. I mean, Zach. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, but the family never vocalizes not liking somebody. It never happens. It never happens. I would say the closest thing to that was Shelly's dad and Ace. Shelly's dad didn't vocally say I don't like you, but he it was just on his face. You could just tell he wasn't talking very much. He wasn't excited to be there. You could just and that could be just his personality, but it didn't seem like he liked him to me. But the family always says doesn't matter what they do, they're so nice to them. You know the sad part is I think that won't matter. It won't matter. I know what me and Zach have. I know. It's gonna be. It just give him a matter. It's gonna be a matter of time. Zach's gonna end that. Zach's gonna end that. And if he doesn't end it, it's gonna be a scandal behind it when they break up. She's over it. Because even when TT starts screaming and she can tell that that's about to happen, she turns to Zach. She's like, "Yeah, yeah." And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if people are coming to Love Island to find love, I don't understand why it's so crazy to leave somebody with as your boyfriend. Boyfriend does not mean we're committed together for life. It means you're my boyfriend, and I can break up with you if this shit don't work. Yeah, but that's paperwork. That's paperwork. That's paperwork. I get that. A lot of paperwork. Damn it! If people on The Bachelor can get engaged just for one time after meeting families on camera, you know what I mean? Yeah. Again, and if Zach had been leading with, "Hey, my family is extremely important to me. I always wanna. I That's just something I feel personally that I need to do to make sure that I fully can commit to this." Say that. Say that. You're not saying that. You're basically saying in every way possible that you're unsure of her. You're unsure of her. You don't really want a girlfriend right now. Because just like when you told her, we're not really together, are you not going to sit there and throw that back in her face in another, and here soon again? When you guys were exclusive at the villa? Horrible track record. Yeah, honestly, and then you see him like Bryce is sitting there hugging Trinity from behind, and then here's mother sucking Bryce. I mean, Zach, get the fuck off that man back. I think Bryce is kind of like, because Bryce didn't even giggle. Bryce was like, but it might be because he kept talking shit down on their relationship when he was just like, I don't have as much fun. I don't think she knows you. I don't think she gets your jokes. He makes me laugh. Nobody makes me laugh more than. Come here, Joey. Come here. I gotta get this dog over here so I can get this treat toy out of his mouth. Come here, Joey. All right. Come here. Bring it to me. Come on. Think. Come on. Bring it to me. He's backing away. Come here, Joey. Towards what end? Oh, she definitely wants more. Like that's 100% the case. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, backwards. But again, she is rose-colored glasses, Jill. You gotta remember, the girl is like head over heels for this man at this point. She's head over heels for this man. She really is. And I listen, baby, I've been there. I've been there. Just a shitty man that at the end of the day, ain't really gonna work for you long term, but you just can't let it go. Or things that people tell you, you're just like, it's fine, you make excuses for it, that happens. You're in your 20s, it's fine. Just wisen up, and hopefully she'll see it eventually. Like Zach will be who he is, and he'll sadly, I think he's going to be the one breaking up with her, so that's the sad part. Yeah, then we're going to vote for the America's Favorite Couple, so we'll vote again on Friday. Thursday thursday Oh wait, no. We might get it. Maybe Thursday. Well, because we're losing. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get the results on Thursday because we'll lose two more couples before Friday. They always do a dumping on movie day. I mean, Parents' Day. Yeah, they always do that. And then the next day is like usually a filler episode with maybe the babies or something like that. Because they usually bring in fake babies and have them take care of it for the day. It's super cute. And then they'll have the finale. Yeah, yeah. And then the only thing we need to come back and just quickly talk about, I was just gonna mention the new wigs. Go ahead, girls, love them. PT and Anaya got some new wigs. I'm pretty sure some, yeah, Trinity's wigs. Um, let's see. Kata cries out to Zach. Oh, I did you notice that when Kata first started crying to Zach that Bryce was sitting right across and he was looking at them like, I was like, he about to go tell Trinity. He was like, they were over there talking. um, and then what did you think about TT and Casey's proposal or boyfriend girlfriend proposal? I thought it was super cute. I had a couple concerning pieces I wanted to discuss. Earned it, and then when he said she's worthy of being like worthy, what do you got going on that makes her anybody unworthy? What do you got going on? I was just like, it's just like, yeah. And it's just like it just comes back out. It's just like you're the prize. You're a mom. I don't know. I think TT really likes him. She already said I love you at the bottom. She said, I love KC. Don't tell him though. I mean, you haven't fallen in love in 2 weeks. I have. Oh, I was gonna have that question. I did want to ask you because the girls did have that conversation about locations, and they were saying how like I was thinking when Kata was just like, ah, "It's not a big deal. I need to have it." I was like, "Girl, you about to be sick." Because Zach ain't sharing no damn location with you. Good luck. Good luck getting that man a location. He is not giving it to you. Not giving it to you. So yeah. Do you like? And at the end of the day, I don't even know. Like again, after everybody's always loved up right after Love Island and the real world always hits. Always. So we're gonna figure it out easy. We're gonna figure it out easy. He was just like, it's not like I'm not somewhere you need to be. So yeah, I do love their conversations. And I love how awkward they're so awkward together. It's so cute. It is. You're not going back to Virginia and sitting down. You're just not. First of all, the press tour after Love Island for the finalists is crazy. And then after that, you're getting all of these brand deals and people contacting you. She needs to get her management team together right away. Really for Bryce, he'll probably like and I don't know. Maybe she shouldn't have him involved necessarily. Because I mean, I do want her to build her own thing outside of Bryce. Um, but I know Nick's family did help Alandria. At least look over her contracts to make sure she was like getting as much as like somebody like Nick would get. Because like she's a woman and she's black, so I thought that was nice that he wanted to make sure that she got what she deserved. And I feel like Trinity's smart, and I do feel like Bryce really cares for her. So I do think he'll make sure she's taken care of in the sense that like he's been in this industry. This is not nothing new to him. He already has a management team. He already has an agency. Like he has all of that ready to go when he comes out of this. She wasn't expecting it. She definitely wasn't. She was overwhelmed. She said, and she had so much hate, like so much just disgusting hate. Like, so I think she had to take a second just to kind of realize her life is changing because she thought she was going back to that job, honey. Selling elevators, honey. But anyways, but that's that's pretty much the episode. I will say I do like TT and Casey got me this episode. I don't know what to tell y'all. They got me. I went ahead and put them in my top four because really, honestly, for Kata and Zach, I'm just like you guys aren't compatible. I don't like the fact that he doesn't like women, and I just ultimately can't vote for that. So I voted for Brinity. I voted for uh, Trinity and Bryce, Melanie and Sincere, Carl and Anaya, and that last couple, Casey and TT. But I did put Karnaya's number two, to be clear. Is that what you voted to? Same votes? Okay. It's fair enough. I mean, because it's like out of them, like, what are you gonna do? Put Zach and Kata or Kenzie and Dylan? Oh, girl, Kenzie and Dylan, y'all, you hate him, Kenzie. You hate him. Not after, honestly, had he not done the exclusive thing, I probably would have put him in my top four. That whole exclusive thing ruined it because it's just, because I'm just like, what was the point of that? I can understand them being a little like bothered by it, but I can understand being bothered by it. But the way he like acted like somebody shot his puppy, and then you said, Kata said, I've been waiting to be on the outside with you for weeks. Okay, goodbye. Okay, bye. See you later. Well, they definitely just did not under. She doesn't understand how after what he did to Anaya, the world couldn't like move on. But I'm just like, have you watched Love Island? I know Kate has watched Love Island before. I know it. You watch Summer House, so you watch Love Island. So you should know that the people would be getting redemption arcs. So, anyways, guys, yeah. So that's the all three episodes 29, 30, 31. Finale. Okay. Yeah, because after the people leave the island, I definitely probably have things to say. So. Yeah, because I be watching the live feed from their Snapchats and shit just to see what they doing. I be invested. Mhm. Well, I don't, and I mean I may have said tour, but it's like a press tour. But yeah, the four do. They usually have appearances. They definitely go on different podcasts. They'll like go on like Good Morning America, the late night show. Sometimes like last year they went on Watch What Happens Live. They did a lot of commercials and stuff. They do a lot of interviews. Good Morning America. They do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and it's sometimes it's the finalists too, not just the top. Yeah, the top four. They're only going to take the top four on those tours. Yeah, but I don't know because Shelly was in top four and she did a lot of appearances too. So you already know my couple, Brittany and Trice. Brittany and Trice. Brittany and Bryce. They're like merged together for me in my mind now. I know. That's what I'm saying. I always mess it up. Trinity and Bryce. Trinity and Bryce. I can't help it. I be calling. I sometimes I be saying Trice and Brinity. I'm like, what? They're the same person. They're like in each other's skin at this point. So and then he loves him some Zay. I just think that man is probably. I think he is. Just like maybe both ponds he probably dips in. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe, and a part of me, because he did say he was saying to Kayla when they first met that he wants somebody. He's like, you seem really open minded. I really like that. She's like, I am open minded. What's that mean? What you mean open minded? So maybe he wants to talk to her about his full lifestyle before he makes him his girlfriend. Her his girlfriend. Yeah, doesn't want to say it on camera. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, I already you know who we voted for. You guys, I hope you guys voted. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll have some more content after Love Island 2. We haven't decided what we're gonna do, but for now, we're finishing up Love Island. We will see you guys on Sunday.